welcome to Shieldwall Sessions. I'm Katie,
I'm Meg.
and this is where we talk all things fiction, all things books, and welcome to the chaos. Okay, it looks a little different now with my lighting fixed from the last episode. That's nice.
No longer
Oh my
pale as hell.
gosh. No longer pale. Well, we're going to find out in like an hour. How have you been?
Good. How are you?
I'm decent. It's getting nice here now with all the weather. And so it's like, oh, we can go outside and it's green and it's beautiful. I love it.
It's so funny to me because winter doesn't really exist where I live.
I was just gonna say, you're hitting winter.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel like winter.
No, it gets to maybe 40s for you guys for winter here.
Gosh, that would be nice. That would be nice. I'm jealous.
And that's like maybe early morning. We never, like, people go swimming in summer here.
Why did I ask you? Why did I ask you if I knew I wasn't gonna like
I live in the tropics, darling. What do you expect?
I
live in the tropics. It's
I do not. Midwest.
My state's literally called the Sunshine State. So.
Oh, is it really?
It checks out, yeah.
Do you know what the sunshine shade is? The sunshine. The Sunshine State is for us. It's Florida. I
was like, it's either going to be California or Florida. One of the two.
I am not California or Florida. We are a flyover state, to say the least. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Do you want to do a question? Let's see.
As long as I don't have to think of the question, yes.
Okay. Let's see. Who are you trying to fix that definitely doesn't want to be fixed?
Does my child count?
Well, I was thinking in literary terms.
Oh.
But...
Awkward.
I think I have one, but I'm trying to think of a different one.
I have one.
I don't... Okay, go.
Mine's Benji from Beartown by Frederick Buckman.
See, I need to read that.
What I would do...
Hammering.
Oh, I would...
Really?
Oh my God, I'm literally tearing up thinking...
Oh my God. Meg!
Bro, I haven't read it this week.
Honey. Oh my God.
It got me good, okay? I'm just a girl.
Oh. Mine, I think, is Rin from the Poppy War.
See, I don't like her, so I don't care.
I don't either. But I feel like if I fixed her, I'd like her more. And I know she's not supposed to be a likable character, but I wanted to like it so much.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just bitter. Maybe I'm just bitter about the series. I'm looking over to see if there's anybody else that I would change. I don't think so.
I'm literally only looking at one shelf currently.
Let's see. No, I think that's it. Because Rin doesn't want to be fixed.
No, she definitely doesn't. But girl needs help.
Girl needs therapy.
Girl needs a lot more than therapy. No, that's all I can think of currently. I'm sure
I need to read Beartown.
You do. See, it kind of depends though, because I don't know if you will love it. But I haven't known you to read a lot of lit fic while we've been friends. I know you to read a lot of horror and like fantasy sci-fi, but I don't know if you've read necessarily a lot of lit fic or that you've loved a lot of lit fic that you have read.
Let's see. Do you count these as lit fics? Okay, I'm looking. I have Remarkably Bright Creatures. These are all ones that I liked because they're on my shelves. I don't... Yeah. Storytime, I don't keep any book that I don't love.
See, that's my thing now too. I'm like, if I rate it under 3 stars, it's not staying on my shelf.
I have, I think, some that I would probably rate as 3-star now, but I constantly think about it and I'm like, that's good enough for me. If I'm thinking about the book and I'm engaged, it's okay.
Yeah.
As long as the lemon trees grow. That's not really lip fic, that's historical fiction. Whale Fall.
I haven't read that.
Oh, boy. I want you to read that so bad.
Why, you think it'll wreck me?
Yes, I do, because it wrecked me. And if I'm saying that, Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil.
Definitely
The
not
river has.
lipstick. What are you on about?
Well, these are the closest things that I have to lip fic.
That is not litfic at all.
This is okay. Then maybe I'm not a lip fic girly. I don't know. This
No,
is what I have.
the first three definitely I would classify. Well, it kind of depends. Some people, I guess the way I interpret litfic is if in 80 years' time someone would call it like a modern classic, like how they have with like Easter Eden and things like that.
Okay, well here you go. The River Has Roots, which we read together. Piranesi, The Lion Women of Tehran, and that's more of a historical fiction. Those are what I've read thus far in my lit fic category.
Literally, maybe 4 of those that you listed.
So no,
I don't even know if people would classify Beartown as litfic, but I do. At least it's on my litfic shelf. But I know it's probably not correct considering most of them are like historical, but Kristen Hanna for me is litfic as well. Like I kind of classify all of that in the similar vein, regardless if it has like historical roots, because I'm like, it reads as a litfic for me.
And that's where I feel like I might, well, because like I have Atmosphere. Is that lit fic? To
Well,
me, that's
I have all of my Taylor Jenkins reads in a litfic section because I don't think romance is necessarily the main driving focus in it. So that's maybe where I differ, but I also love TJR and everything that she writes. So
I need to read more of her for sure.
I
But yeah, like I never know what the line is.
Yeah.
So it's always like historical fiction, lit fic kind of get
lumped. Well,
pushed
that's where
together.
my shelf for them is litfics, classics, and historical fiction all together.
Oh, they're all just lumped.
I kind of keep them in the same vein.
But that's My Flowers for Algernon is in that same section.
Yeah.
And that's a classic sci-fi lit fic.
Okay, anything that's like science fiction? No. But, like, they can't be lumped together.
But like have you read it?
Mm-mm. Is it similar to weird. Like Parable of the Sower kind of?
I've never read it. I won't read that
book. Because Octavia E. Butler is on my sci-fi fantasy shelves.
That's one I won't touch due to subject nature in that book.
Fair.
So I'm like, nope, not gonna do it.
This one,
it's
not a good time.
Sci-fi, yeah. Like I had somebody who I trust spoil it for me, and I was like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't need to read that. So even though I'll read black horror and be like,
yeah, right,
this is a great time. We're having fun. You read. This is so fun, right? The Black Farm. I need to read the second one. Well, story time for all of that. This is what this episode is going to be. It's just going to be a little get to know us. Get to know your friendly neighborhood nerds up in here. So, Meg, do you want to start us off and tell us a little bit about you? Like who you are. Who's Meg to the core?
Why do you have to put me on the spot like this?
Because it's you or me, babe.
I don't even know. I hate these questions with a burning passion. Can I just say, I'm Meg, I'm Australian. That's all you're getting from me.
You like to work out.
I do. Can I currently? Yeah. No.
You have a German Shepherd.
A big old German Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
He makes me...
those things. This is what we need.
He's wearing a cone right now, and it's so funny, but it's so sad.
Why is he wearing a cone?
He's got hot spots, so he keeps like chewing his and but he has no spatial awareness. It's hilarious. It's so funny.
But that's German Shepherds. They're Velcro puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's mine. I'm Katie. I'm from the Midwest. I also have a German Shepherd. When I'm not reading, I like to run. I also love to crochet. I like Halloween. What else is there about me? I love The Lord of the Rings. That's my favorite movie ever. And I will fight
Extended
somebody over
edition
that.
only. Wait, quickly rank your. I bet we're going to have different answers.
Probably.
Because naturally, of course, we do. We have to
You
argue
you
on
want my
everything.
ranking of my trilogy?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
This is
This
like
is
my
all
favorite question ever.
extended.
I'm like, oh, no, just the. Go.
Okay. It is number one, Fellowship of the Ring. That's my favorite. You cannot argue with me on that. Then it's number three, Return of the King, and then it is Two Towers. I feel like Two Towers suffers from that middle child syndrome. I don't like it. You're gonna tell me you like number two.
One is Two Towers. Two is Return of the King. Three is Fellowship.
I don't know why I'm in this friendship at this point.
Oh, I don't know why. Even like since I was a kid, when we first watched extended editions, two was always my favorite.
Is it because of Helm's Deep?
I don't even know. Honestly,
Because that's everybody's go-to.
yeah. I don't know.
Or
It's
is it
always
Eowyn? No, it's Fellowship of the Ring. I don't care. I love you dearly.
okay, but to be fair, I would give everything for every single one of those movies. Like,
Oh, right.
there is a hierarchy for me, but I love them all. Like, they're not bad for me.
They're all 5-star.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong
they're
with
god
any
tier.
of them. Mm-hmm. And I will fight somebody over them. Now, will I make fun of number two? Yes. Yes, I will. Because Two Towers is objectively the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Do
So
you
there,
do you want to look up the definition of objective real quick?
it's a fact.
Do you wanna look up objective real quick before we
It's a
argue?
fact. It's a fact. Respect your elders, Meg.
Never. Never.
Never. But no,
Never.
like, I will fight over this, but then if somebody else were to come in and say they suck, I would immediately be like, oh no. Like, I can make fun of Two Towers and all of this. You cannot do that. That's not how that works. It's kind of like the sibling rivalry issue. So,
And I love that
well,
you
I'm
know
glad.
you're like, I'll fight about this, but if I start fighting, you're like, no.
I try to maintain a level of composure and poise and grace.
Mm-hmm.
Our text messages, as soon as we're done, I'm coming for you, just so
It's
you
all right.
know.
Who edits this? I'll just insert them. Ooh.
The
Ooh.
abuse.
Gotcha. She acts all sweet and innocent, but just you wait.
Just you wait. There's a dark side. Oh my gosh. What else is there about me? Let's see.
You spend an
Nothing.
obscene amount of money on John Gwynne books.
I spend, that's part of these questions coming up. I spend an obscene amount of money on John Gwynne books. Yes, the fun fact. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and we're just here just to chat. So that way everybody gets to know us a little bit better. Okay, Meg, what
Yeah.
is your favorite genre?
That's rude. I think I'm gonna have to say fantasy. I mean, look behind me.
Those are your fantasy shows.
Yeah. I would count fantasy and sci-fi together though, to be honest. But if I had to pick, I would say fantasy.
Do you have a favorite subgenre of fantasy that you tend to
Mm,
lean toward?
I love a grimdark fantasy.
Yes.
That's kind of like my bread
Yes.
and butter. Anytime it's yeah, I don't know, I love it.
There's just something about it. There's just something about that
And
grittiness that
it's
brings
so
it.
bleak, but people that
Yes.
write it really well that have a good sense of humor, so good.
There's a difference between, like, people can write grimdark and then there's people who can write grimdark well.
Well, hmm
And there's a big difference in all of that.
yeah.
Mine is fantasy, primary fantasy. I have a spreadsheet of all the books that I'm reading thus far, and I'm like at 54% of this year so far have been fantasy books.
I don't know what mine
And
is.
oh, I could make you a spreadsheet.
I hate spreadsheets.
Oh, I love them. It's so beautiful. Oh,
I
I
just go
show
to
off my spreadsheet to
I just go to
everybody, and
Fable
nobody
and
cares.
look at my genre stats because
You
they
what?
do. I just go to Fable because they have the genre stats on there.
That's not fun.
Um, out of the how many have I read? 53 books I've read. 27 of them have been fantasy.
Okay, so over half.
Literally. I've got
That's okay.
fantasy, historical fiction, literary fiction, romance, thrillers.
Let's see. Let's see if I can move mine. Okay,
But I'm like,
pause. I don't know if it's gonna.
do they
Let's
count
see.
Sun Eater as a fantasy then?
No.
Because
Oh,
I've read
see, to
Demon
me it's
Light.
sci-fi.
Yeah, same. So I'm like, they clearly don't separate fantasy and sci-fi, maybe. Or is Sun Eater not listed as sci-fi?
I don't know. Mine is 52 percent fantasy, 12.5% both towards historical fiction and sci-fi. And then I have, oh, and horror, 12.5% there. And then the rest are just one-offs. So yes, my subgenre that I tend to lean toward is it is epic. It is that epic, grand, almost classical type of fantasy. That's what I love. I love the Tolkien feel to everything, that just that grandeur that comes with it. Let's see. I don't know if I've read a ton of Grimdark, but I do love it. Would you consider Poppy Wars Grimdark?
No.
See, to me, I'm like, it has grimdark elements, but I don't feel like it's grimdark.
No. I wouldn't classify it as grimdark. I think I would almost say Poppy War is more like historical fantasy,
That's where
purely
I'm leaning.
because they take so many elements from what actually happened in our world and made that
Exactly.
story from it. So I don't know. I wouldn't classify it as grimdark. When I think of grimdark, I think of Joe Abercrombie. I
Abercrombie.
think of J. Christoph. Like,
You know what's funny is I've heard people say that Gwen is grimdark,
well, that even
and I'm like, I don't see it.
I think
It has
I'm pretty
elements.
sure like even Gwyn classifies himself as grimdark because they say there's like the pillars of grimdark, which are Abercrombie, Christoph, Gwyn, and there's one more I can't remember off the top of my head, but
Martin.
I don't know.
See, to me,
Because
I'm like, it's very like Tolkien esque,
yeah,
where it's like it's the good and the evil, and you get that back and forth struggle. And so to me, I'm like, that doesn't feel grimdark.
but you
There's
can have
grim moments.
epic fantasy in a grimdark setting. That's
This
the
is
thing.
true,
Because
but like for me,
I wouldn't limit, say, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a series off the top of my head. I wouldn't limit Game of Thrones to saying that's not an epic fantasy.
no, that is
Exactly. But people
like
would say
when I
that's
look
definitely
at.
grimdark at the same time. Like it's not mutually exclusive.
So this is what I read the other day. So this is why I
You're
love
like,
us.
I
We're
have
on this
definitions
tangent.
actually.
No, so I read something about grimdark, and no anybody come for me. I don't like. I'm just a girl. Okay, I'm
I'm just a
learning.
girl.
I'm just a girl. It was saying something about how Tolkien was not grimdark, and it's that romanticized Arthurian type of feel to
Mm,
his works. And then you have Martin, who is the exact opposite of Tolkien, where it's like good people do bad people do good things, and you never know what's going on. There's all kinds of motives. There's not just one good, one bad
yeah.
clashing. And for me, I feel like Gwyn falls into the good versus evil, whereas there's not a whole lot of
But
complexity. Whereas,
good
like
versus
with
evil is
Empire the Vampire, you also get that complexity of
yeah.
like good people doing bad things.
Good versus evil isn't a subcategory of fantasy. It's a trope.
You're right. What I mean by
Say
that
it
is like the
again.
Arthurian. What'd you say?
Say it again.
You're right, Meg. That's just going to be a section on here.
Literally, that's just going to be in every podcast that we film.
So to find one thing that Meg's right about,
Only one?
it's only one that I'm giving you credit for. No, like it's the fact that it's like the Arthurian legend.
It's such an
Like,
annoying word to say, hey.
it is where it's that romanticized, like you are good, you are the protagonist, you have truth, courage, loyalty,
Yeah.
valiant, like all of those things, and you're going up against this evil entity and this force, and it is a trope, but it's also just that classic good versus evil type of feel to that type of genre. So it is a trope, but I feel like it's also a kind of a little bit of a category. What? I'm fighting for my life.
You really are, because find me one fantasy book that isn't good versus evil. That doesn't always have a bad.
That's not what I mean. I'm digging myself into a hole.
Do you need a
I will explain it later. I'm getting hot up in here. I will explain it later. I know what I'm trying to say, and it's not coming out in a cohesive sentence.
No, I'm getting it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think
you're mocking me.
I would never. I think I would say I'm challenging you. I wouldn't say I'm mocking.
You are challenging me.
I can't.
I'm gonna find this article and I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, I think for me, like when it comes to grimdark and everything, it's more about the setting and like the character work, everything like that. It's not necessarily the tropes that are in it. Like, does that make sense? Like, it feels bleak. It's grungy. It's gritty. It's like that real. I find grimdark very, very atmospheric. Whereas I wouldn't say your Robin Hobb is grimdark.
No, she's not grimdark at all.
Yeah, that is how I differentiate it.
Yeah, I think it does have to do with settings. I feel like for me, grimdark is that nihilistic feel of like I almost feel like Erickson is grimdark as well, where nothing good is happening. Holy cow, these characters are dying left and right. Nothing, like the people that you want to survive are not.
Essentially.
Yes, exactly. And so I need that like nihilism.
Yeah.
In grimdark. And I need to read more Abercrombie.
Yeah, same.
Long story short. What is your favorite book of 2025? 2025, 2026, or ever. You get to choose.
You want all three?
Or all three. Do you need a moment?
Honey, I'm going to need 10 years to do that. What do you mean? I read like 126 books last year. What do you mean you want me to narrow it down?
Oh, I know mine. I read 118. My number one pick for 2025 was Ruin by John Gwynne.
I should have known you were going to say that. Honestly, I was going to say Wrath, but then I was like, No,
it's Ruin. Because Ruin is number one. My ranking on Faithful and Fallen is number one, Ruin, Wrath, Malice, Valor.
Mine's just the two swapped at the top. Mine's Wrath, Ruin.
Oh, you like Wrath? Valor. Everybody loves. I love Wrath. Both of them are 5-star. For me, I knew that Wrath was going to be bad. I knew Wrath, like as in like just dreading awfulness. With Ruin, we didn't need what happened in this book. We didn't need it. And so it just hit me like a freight train. And that's one book, story time, that something happens in the book and I was outside and was doing chores outside and it happened in my headphones and I audibly to myself went, "Oh, I'm going to pretend that didn't happen." And I kept doing my chores and very rapidly did my mental state deteriorate. And before I knew it, I'm in the middle of my yard, sobbing, weeping, wailing like a lunatic. I looked certifiably insane. And at the time, I lived right next to a bike trail, and people were on the bike trail looking at this weird lady who's in the middle of her backyard just sobbing, staring up at the sky, just sobbing.
So you can feel things.
I can. I can. I just don't choose to feel it often. So that was my 2025. This year so far, it's Yesteryear by I might butcher this, Carl Claire Burke. And Meg, I need you to read this book.
It's
I need you to read this book.
I bought it for you. I just haven't read it yet.
No, I need you to do it. I think of all time, I think it has to be The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, fair. I'm looking at I have my Fable wrap up in front of me, and I'm trying to look. This is an ungodly amount of books to read in 1 year, and then try and pick a singular favorite.
Well, what's the one that it's Brandon Sanderson where it's honor is dead, but I'll see what I can do?
Words of Radiance.
Is that one?
That I love the Cosmere so much. I love Stormlight Archive so much. I didn't read that last year though. And all time I haven't decided yet. So I think my favorite book of last year, it's either going to be Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff or Wrath by John Gwynne. Hard to differentiate between those two. Like, so rude to try and pick between those two, especially because I read them in the same week. Like, I finished
the series in
the same week. So
I forgot about that. Your emotional state.
That week, imagine reading all Empire of the Vampire trilogy and then all of Faithful and the Fallen in 1 week. I was not doing okay. I was not so hot.
I was unwell.
My favorite book this year. Can I pick more than one? Because that's not fair. I can't. I'm a Libra. I can't choose. Do I believe in horoscopes? Do I believe in horoscopes? No. But will I blame them? Yes.
Yes.
If I want a non-fantasy book for last year, Atmosphere, obviously. I adore that book with everything in my being. This year, I would have to say either, is it The Shadow of What Was Lost? Yeah. Book 1 of Lycanius. I love that trilogy. Or physically pains me to say this, Demon in White. It was so good. It got me. It was so good. And I have been a staunch Sun Eater
You are a Hadrian hater.
I'm sorry, I don't care to listen to listen, I don't care to read a book about a man complaining that he is short. Okay? I do not care. And I will stand 10 toes down that Empire of Silence was the most boring book, insert a word there that I probably cannot say, boring book I've ever read. Do I think it was well written? Yes. Do I think it was necessary? No. And I will stand 10 toes down on that. Anyway,
so
though,
funny.
Demon in White.
I loved Empire of Silence.
Demon in White, chef's kiss. So good. So good.
It's next on my not on my TBR list. I'm taking a mini Sun Eater break just because I have simply too much going on. But that is the next book for me to read in Sun Eater.
So I think those would be my two fantasy sci-fis, and then a non-fantasy is obviously The Winners by Frederick Backman. That man can write, and killed me. Literally flayed my skin off. It hurt that bad. Not to be dramatic or anything.
Non-fiction. Or non-fantasy. I guess my favorite non-fantasy
non-fiction? We don't do that.
Sorry. My favorite non-fiction, I can tell you that because it's the only one that I enjoyed. Yesteryear is not fantasy. I don't even know. Hold on. Let me consult my... I gotta try my mouse. Try not to move this. Okay, let's see here. Right now, Favorite fantasy this year is Fellowship of the Ring. That's my reread.
Yeah.
Because what's number 2 on
Dead
my
House?
list is the Reformatory. No,
Ooh,
Reformatory.
I forgot about the Reform. Well, I still don't classify that as.
Well, this is just my top
Yeah.
books.
I loved the Reformatory. That was so good.
That one also got me crying. Holy cow. Okay, Meg, what brought
Katie.
you to social media?
Um,
What was your journey?
I think I joined Book Talk in COVID, to be honest,
Fair.
or just after COVID, because I remember, yeah, it would have been just after, because I think I had my 5 year TikTok, Book Talk, whatever anniversary recently, and I privated a lot of those videos. Thank you so much. No one needs to see that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was around COVID and I just had Oscar. So, your girl just
I didn't
needs
know
something
Oscar
to
was a
do.
COVID baby.
Yeah, 2020. Had
That's been
nothing.
6 years. Holy cow.
Girl, don't tell me that.
Time flies. Oh, so was it the isolation that you were
No
like, I
one in
need to get
my,
out?
well, no one in my like close circle in real life really reads either. So it was just nice to talk to people that have the same hobbies. Like, my grandma and my grandpa were pretty much the only people in my life that read really. And like, I don't know, it was just nice to talk to people my age about books we enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
That
What
makes
about you?
sense. Oh, I started last year, February, March of last year, so 2025. And mine was the same, where nobody was a reader. And I used to be a voracious reader. I feel like you've heard this 3 times by now, but I used to be like such a voracious reader. Voracious reader. There we go.
I'm keeping that in.
Please do. Please do. And I got burnt out in college. I couldn't do it because that's all I was doing for college was reading all of these things. And so I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to pick up another book. And eventually I would pick up a book here and there, but nothing of substance. And one day I realized how little I was doing for myself, especially after having my firstborn. I was doing nothing for me that I wanted to do. And so my friend, I'm going to keep the book a secret. My friend told me to pick up a very, very certain popular book talk book at the time. And I did,
Is it a
and
female author?
I'm not going to say anything.
Why?
Because you know it, and I'm not going to get in trouble. And
Throne of
I
Glass?
hate. No, not Throne of Glass. I've never read Throne of Glass.
It's about the same
I
author?
hmm, I plead the fifth.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it?
I plead the fifth. And I hated this book with so much passion that I threw it in the trash can. And it was that
I hope you
moment
at
that I
least
made.
recycled it.
I know it deserved to go to the dump because that's where trash goes. That's where trash belongs. And it didn't. No, it was a horrible book. And I made a vow right then and there that I was like, I'm going to find something that has the quality that I strive for, that I'm used to, which is Tolkien. And so I was buying blind books left and right, like Dates with Blind Books, just trying to find something. Wasn't finding anything. I happened to be looking up like high epic fantasy, and all these names popped up. Didn't know any, didn't really register or resonate with any. And then I was on Amazon one day, and a specific book came to me, and it's a Little Person, Big Dragon. And that is my Shadow of the Gods. And I read this book, and I was like, I need everybody to read this damn book. And nobody had read this book. Nobody had read it. And
It
so
just
I
had its
went,
5 year anniversary like yesterday, I think, or the day before.
I know. It's crazy. And nobody was talking about this that I could see. And so I went to Book Talk, and one of my first videos is just a love letter talking about how I finished the Bloodsworn at that point. And so that's where I'm at. That's how I came to be on the book talk and Instagram, on YouTube, and all of that. Oh, do you want to tell the world about our friendship and how a Midwest gal and an Aussie gal came to have this friendship? I
How
don't
did
know where
you
that. I don't know.
Aussie?
No, I went country. It just slipped out of
That's
there.
so funny to me. Oh my god.
It was country. It wasn't supposed to be Aussie. It just happened.
That was a really good segue from Bloodsworn, considering our friendship started talking on TikTok Live about John Gwynne.
Yes.
And you were the one
Yes.
that begged me to read Faithful and the Fallen, and in turn I begged you to read
You read me.
I read you to filth. I begged you to read Empire of the Vampire. And that
Yes.
is where we started.
And we haven't shut up since.
Literally, she hasn't stopped bothering me a day since.
I know. Guys, she thought she'd weird me out, but instead she just drew me in. You can't get rid of me.
Oh no.
I know. I'm a Capricorn, like we don't like a whole lot of people, but when we do find the real ones, we stick with them.
You ain't going anywhere.
I know. Okay, Meg, what do you look for in a book? I don't know why I always start out with Meg.
I know,
Like,
I was
you're
like,
the only other
Katie,
one.
I'm not. Thank you. You're helping me in my Alzheimer's remember my name. If we're talking just like aesthetics as well, like to start
Yeah.
with, it has, like, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, whatever. I'm gonna judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
And I always judge a book, judge me all you want. I welcome this. If it has author blurbs. If it's blurbed by an author that I inherently trust, I like their work, I will pick it up. Doesn't matter. The Prior by Anthony Ryan, I picked up because it was blurbed by John Gwynne. Say less.
Oh yeah, because you guys told me that, and I ran out to mine, and it didn't have it.
You had Joe Abercrombie, didn't you, on yours?
I can't remember. I can't. But I was so mad at you. I was like, "How dare you? Mine doesn't have that."
But I think another thing as well is it sounds bad, but before I even buy a book, I look at the font. I look at the font, I look at the
Really?
spacing, things like that, because if it has those massive line spaces between books and they're like chunky, I don't want to read it. I don't know why. It just, yeah,
I've never thought about that.
I have specifics, and like if things are too small, like even though I do own it, my Gardens of the Moon by Erickson, it's tiny. So I actually bought the Kindle copy of Gardens of the Moon as well because I couldn't physically read that because the font is literally like 0.8. It's so small. It's ridiculous. I'm like, and I'm old and I'm blind. So
now I'm going to look at books and I'm going to be like, oh, the space scene's weird.
I'm just a girl with OCD. What do you expect? There are certain quirks I'm gonna have.
But there's books that I've heard other very big creators talk about where it's very specifically strange font and it's strange spacing and how it's lined up. And unless it's intended to be like that, shout out to House of Leaves. You
I
missed out
legit,
on brilliance.
I put House of Leaves at the very bottom of this because
I
I don't want to
don't.
pick
Why?
it up.
You would love it.
I
It's
don't.
such a good book.
I don't want to pick it up. It
I would
hurts.
I would reread it if you ever got to it. I know another person who would reread it if you ever got to it too.
Zane.
Zane, hi Zane. Oh my gosh. But yeah, unless I guess I've never looked at the font. But okay, what in a book do you look for?
I am a staunch hate reader, unfortunately. I'm trying to learn to DNF. I have DNF'd 2 books this year so far, but it has to have, like, I don't care if it's a simplistic writing style, but it has to be done well. Like, you have to actually be good at it. Don't be explaining a story to me while I'm reading a story. Like, you're meant to be telling a story, not yelling it at me, kind of thing.
That's true.
I think that's why I struggled with RF Kwong because I felt like she didn't trust, or at least my interpretation of it was she wasn't trusting us to understand what was going on. It was all, I have to tell you what's happening while you're reading. And I'm like, I don't love
Mm-hmm.
that. And also good dialogue. Like, you gotta
Yeah.
have good, if you're gonna have dialogue in there, it's gotta be good. Don't just be, I'm not the kind of person that yaps for the sake of yapping, so I don't want to read that in a book either. Bitch, when? Do I need to circle back when you go, you've been real quiet lately? Also, also, the irony of this coming from the woman that sends a 26-minute long voice note. So,
Sometimes I just need to talk.
mm,
I'm lonely.
so I feel like the judgment needs to go to you, my friend, not me. Let's just,
Just reel that back in.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. But you're right. Now that I think about it, you you never send a 20-minute long voice.
Never in my life.
I story time. I once tried to send a voice note. It was a very emotionally raw voice note to somebody recently, and it was so long that my phone said voice note too large. Please cut down.
I wish I was surprised. I
The
really do.
embarrassment I had, and literally it was just the phone and me. I felt judged. I felt judged. What do I look for in a book? It's the cover as well. I know that people don't like AI generated images or people on books or any of that. That doesn't bother me. The cover just has to catch my eye.
I'm not the biggest fan. Obviously, I don't think AI has a space in anything. I don't like AI
Yeah.
generated covers. Can I immediately tell? Probably not. But as soon as I hear about it, you best believe I'm not buying it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love a good cover. I love a good
I
cover. But I also have to
that's
read the blurb. If the blurb doesn't sound like something I'd like, even if it has a good cover, you're not coming home with me.
honestly, I never read what a book is about before I buy it. What I do is I will look at the cover and be like, "Oh, that's a pretty cover." I'll Google it. I'll see what the Goodreads
Goodreads,
score
yeah.
is.
If it's under like a 3.8, I don't buy it.
Yep, yep. And especially for fantasy, with horror, it's different because horror is so difficult to rate, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion. So horror is a little bit different, but with fantasy, if it's below, I would almost say if it's not even a 4, you're probably not getting me to pick it up. But in a book, I need your characters to feel real. The fastest way for me to hate your book is to have caricatures of characters and have one-sided characters. I need a fleshed out character who has flaws, who has, internal struggles, who makes mistakes but makes the good choices in the end. They feel human.
Yeah.
I need world building because to I struggle to visualize world building. And so if I cannot understand where these characters are, I'm not going to like it. The best example for me is City of Brass. That woman, she knows how to world build,
Yeah.
and I love it. Um, Dialogue too. You know what else? This is going to sound so silly. It can't be lazy writing. It
Explain.
can't. So, for example, the book that I pleaded the fifth on, for example, in earlier conversation, it was lazy writing. She, the female author, uses a certain word that does not make sense for the world in which the character is in. And I feel like if you are an author, you need to take that extra time to make sure your writing is consistent with the world that it's in.
Yeah.
And if you're lazy in that and I can pick it apart immediately, I want nothing to do with your book. I will DNF it so fast.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I don't know. I don't notice necessarily that much when it comes to use of like adjectives and words and things like that. I probably don't notice. Like, I know people are like, oh my God, they said this adjective 36 times in the one book. And I'm like, I didn't pay
Oh, I'll
that.
catch that
I was
too.
like, I didn't pay that close attention to it. Like, if I'm in, I'm in. I'm not writing down how many times someone said the word. Like,
Oh, I'll catch it in a heartbeat.
yeah, see,
Unless it
you
matters to
just
the
need more
story.
whimsy in your life, girl. Like, you just need more whimsy. But in saying that, like, if I notice a book is a carbon copy of another one, like if it's the exact same thing over and over again, I'll pick that up and I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah.
And like
There's got to be originality.
I read not Diebound. I read Daggermouth by I don't even remember her name. Everyone was raving about it. I got like 26% into it and I was like, this is so poorly done. Like
Really?
so poorly written. I just couldn't do it. I'm like, no. If you just took the Hunger Games and tried to make it spicy, there you go.
Is that what it
That's what it
is?
felt like. It literally felt,
Ooh.
but not necessarily. More like the tropes of the Hunger Games in a
Hmm.
different kind of setting. But I was like dystopian dark romance, Hunger Games style, and I was just like, this ain't it.
Yeah, no. I'm
But I'm
okay.
also moving back into my old man fantasy books and less into romance, I feel. But
I need to read more romance.
mm,
I realize that. I don't read hardly any.
I have a lot, but I don't currently believe in love, so we're not picking them up.
I am just such I'm such a crab. I'm just such a crabby patty about absolutely everything. I'm like, what do you? That's so stupid. Why would you
Yeah,
do that to her? Like, I need more whimsy in my life, like you
you
said.
do. And I will, I think my biggest gripe with like romanticy and romance in general at the moment is things marketed as like enemies to lovers or rivals to lovers, blah, 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 blah. And it's insta love. Anything that is like an insta love, you can tell there's no actual like stakes to it. I'm like, ew.
Yeah. I can't comment because I'm looking at my romance shelf. Are you ready? I have the Ruinous Love trilogy.
I don't even know what that
I
is.
have Butcher and Blackbird.
Oh, yeah.
I
See, that was
liked
one
it.
where the font got me and I was like, ew.
I'm gonna have to pull this up and look at it. I have Priest by Sierra Simone on there.
Have
I
you
have
read
Five
that?
Brothers by Penelope Douglas.
Hold
Birthday
on.
Girl by Penelope Douglas.
Circle
Oh,
back. Have you read Priest yet?
I have. I have.
You've read Priest.
I have. Story
That is
time.
the wildest thing you could have ever said to me.
Oh, Honey Bunny, I've read Credence too.
Do you want a story time on Priest? I
Yes.
read that on a train to Brisbane from my parents' house beside a literal pastor who was writing the sermon.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Oh,
Oh man, that's
a choice.
that is a
It was the
choice.
only book I had with me, in my defense. With that, and I was
That's
like, had no
that's when you
headphones, had
stare
the
out that
one book,
window.
and I was like, please don't look over my shoulder.
The good thing is nobody knows based on the cover. Thank God.
Like goy,
But
literally.
thank God. Yeah. Thank you. Um, let's see. But yeah, I read Priest and Ruinous Love trilogy very early on in my book talk journey. So, and then somehow I got out of the romance section. I read Birthday Girl. I loved Birthday Girl
I
by
haven't
Penelope
read a
Douglas.
Penelope Douglas after Credence.
Credence was my first.
I went, ew.
Yeah,
I went,
Credence was
no, thank you.
actually my first romance book that I've ever read.
I
And
wouldn't.
I regretted my choices a lot in that moment. And I'm like, oh dear.
Oh dear
is
Lord.
is this what they're all like? No. The answer is no, they're not. But I haven't found out. I haven't like dove in enough to find out. Okay. We've kind of already talked about this, but who are your favorite authors?
Mm, give me a number on how many I can name.
You can name it as many as you want.
I'm gonna go with 5. Now I have to pick 5. Obviously, Robin Hobb's got to be up there. Like, I read the 20 Man trilogy this week in 2 days. No one does that unless they love the author. So, Robin Hobb. Can I lump 2 together in one?
You can do whatever you want. This is our show.
Taylor Jenkins Reid and Kristen Hanna. I will never, they're auto-buy authors for me. I will never not buy. I've read their entire backlist. I love them. I'm going to have to say Frederick Buckman as well. I've read all of his books now, except A Man Called Ove. I'll do that soon, but everything that man writes is miraculous. I'm going to have to say John Gwynne, obviously. No, 2 of those were lumped together, so I have one more. Thank you so much. Oh, okay, there's not enough.
Christoph, Eilington. You can name as many as you want.
Christoph is obviously up there. I have loved everything that man has written singularly. I haven't read his co-authored works, but everything he's written singularly, I've loved. Sanderson, obviously, I love the Cosmere so much. I think I'm even going to have to say Christopher Rocchio. I'm going to have to do it for Demon in White because that has literally changed my perspective on everything. Well, I liked Howling Dark as well, so. But, yeah, I did. I gave it 4.25.
You gave it 4.25?
Yeah.
Oh, you were generous. Okay.
I loved the last, 250 pages of that.
You're right.
Who else? I'm trying to read.
Eilington?
Yeah, obviously Eilington. Obviously, that one. Damn, I have a lot of books. Do I have any women authors on that?
Yeah, Hobb.
Oh, and Reed. And Hannah, to be fair. I'm going to choose 2 more. I'm going to have to say Saba Tahir. I love her.
Ooh.
Love her. Oh. I have too many favorites. This isn't fair. I can't narrow things down.
Basically, you just love all. You're an all-encompassing reader.
Yeah, and if I like the author, I will generally, if I like a series, I'll read their backlist. That's just who I am. I want to say I've read I've read all of John Gwynne except of Blood and Bone. I need to do that. I can't believe
you had.
No, I still haven't read it yet. I know. I've reread Faithful and Fallen and still haven't read of Blood.
We could do it together.
Yeah, I'm down because I haven't read it yet. I think I'm too scared. I don't want there to be no more John Gwynnes. So it's like if I leave them there, it's like me with Hobb at the. Oh my god, you can see I'm wearing my pajamas. Let me just put my leg down. If I leave them there, I have more to read, and that's the same with Hobb. I'm too scared to pick up Rainwild and Fits in the Fool now because I don't want Realm of Elderlings to be over. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm finished.
So you don't want a white knuckle life without John Gwynne like I'm having to?
Exactly.
Okay. I understand that. Because trust me, I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need his writing in my life. And so November can't come soon enough.
What about you?
6 more months. Okay. John Gwynne. Tolkien. That's why they have their own shrines. They are not amongst the peasants on my bookshelves. Let's see. Nat Cassidy, who writes horror.
Yeah.
I love his works so much. Let's see. Who else on here do I have? I love Andy Weir. We're just going to pretend that Artemis doesn't exist.
I knew you were going to say that.
We're going to pretend it doesn't exist because The Martian and Project Hail Mary.
So good.
I love that people are reading The Martian now because of
Mark
Project
Watney.
Hail Mary. I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you guys don't agree with us, you're wrong. But The Martian
You agree
over
with
Project
me?
Hail Mary any day. And I'm different. I read Project Hail Mary first and then read The Martian.
So, okay, we're going to take a pause on this question. Why do you love Mark Watney more? Or, excuse me, why do you love The Martian more than Project Hail Mary?
One, I think Mark Watney is a better character than Riley Grace. I said what I said. I don't know. I think it's just. I think for me, it's better because you get to see the individual like journey of one man doing this. Like he
Mm-hmm.
had so many opportunities to just give up. Like you are a singular human being on Mars with no one else. And I don't know, just I've got goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps thinking about like the determination and like the pure effort this man put into like trying to survive this. Oh, it just got
It's so
me.
good.
It got me so good. And I think he's so funny.
Yes, I'm going to science the shit out of this.
Yeah, it got me. And it was so
Oh,
funny because even yesterday I was playing Pocopia and I got given potatoes. And like this is the first time I got potatoes on Pocopia and I was like, Mark Watney? I
yes.
legit thought of the Martian
I
straight away.
I got The Martian on the way on in 2016. I read the book before the movie came out. I picked it up in an airport because I didn't have a book and we were going on a cruise, my husband and I was like, I'll just buy a book. And usually they're just emotional support books. I never really read them. I was so excited to get back into the boat or into the ship, into our room to read this book. The ending made me cry because, like you said, I feel like Mark Watney was such like, you got invested in every single thing that this man did.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, I don't need like, I loved the buddy aspect in Project Hail Mary. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Perfect. I don't need that in a book. And I feel like with Watney, it felt more real in terms of like the botany aspect. And that was more interesting to me than the physics.
See,
And
I love
oh,
physics, so that's probably where we differ is I'm a huge physics nerd. Like I
yeah.
I have a favorite physicist. Like I love physics, but I still think Martian over Project Hail Mary. I think if you can
Yes.
be that invested in a story where it's literally just one person, the
Yes.
whole like well not the whole time, but pretty much the entire time is just one person, that tells you how well written it is.
It's so good. I love that book. So yes, Andy Weir is up there. So I have Gwen, Andy Weir, Nat Cassidy. Let's see. I can't see Christopher Buehlman, Between Two Fires. Love it. I'm looking. I'm also going to say Taylor Jenkins Reid. Even though I've only read Atmosphere, I feel like she's just such a good writer and she just pulls you into that story.
Yeah. I read
Uh,
Daisy Jones and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo back to back.
ooh,
So good. Ruined
V.E. Schwab
me.
as well.
Love. Hello, I've got a shrine of her right here. This
I love
from
her.
here to the end is V. Schwab.
And it's crazy because I am a plot driven person. I usually do, I need a good strong character,
Yeah.
but I want the plot to move the story. And I swear that woman could talk about anything and I'm captivated by
I think
her
you meant to say
writing.
encapsulated.
I don't know what I meant to say. We're just going to pretend that didn't happen.
It's
I'm
okay, I can edit
encapsulated.
it out.
Thank you. You won't.
I
You
will.
won't. Let's be honest.
I'll keep the other one in.
Ah, you know what? I think that's it. I do like Hannah. I do
Yeah.
like Kristen Hannah, but I've only read one of her books, and it wasn't enough for me
Oh,
to.
you've only read
I've
The
only read
Nightingale.
Nightingale.
That's right. I
It's
I wish you would read more of her.
I'm going to. I have the Four Winds, and I look at her every time I go into the bookstore, but I have too much going on. So
Mm.
I'm like, I need time for Kristen Hanna,
Yeah.
and I won't touch the women
I
due
need
to
you to.
subjectivity. I know. What else? I don't. I can't see half the stuff I have. I think that might be it for me on auto buys. Yeah.
I mean, you look at my shelves, everything is an auto buy for me, regardless.
I mean, that's okay. They're like art. You have to invest. Okay, so hot take here. Are you ready?
Always.
What books have you disliked?
I mean,
And we don't have to answer
I
this.
already touched on two of them. Empire of Silence, didn't love. Um, Daggermouth, didn't love. Actually, like, detested. I'll be quite frank about that one. I'm trying to zoom with my eyeballs into the background of my books to see if there's any I didn't like. Uh, I don't
I'm
think
trying to
there's
rack my
any on my
brain.
shelves currently that I didn't like that I've read purely because I've gotten rid of them. Oh, actually, The Burning God by R.F. Kuang, I didn't
Why?
like. Um, I wouldn't. Well, sorry, I didn't like it. I was very disappointed in it, I should say.
Which one is Burning God? Is that number three?
That's the last one, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
Um,
did make it.
I don't think there's any on that shelf. I can't think. I think that's it because normally I hate read a book. And I did just get rid of like 200 books. So I can't physically see them to be able to tell you. Oh, I hated The Wolf King, which is like a romantasy book. I hate
Oh.
read that in 2 hours because I was like, I'm not dedicating any more time to this. Yuck. So I read that so fast. Oh my god, have I got a package? Sorry, the postie just got here.
Oh. What did you
Oh
get?
no, my dad. It's my dad's Amazon order.
Oh,
Rude.
boo.
Um,
Okay, mine, unless you can think of any others.
no, I think that's it.
That's
I
it?
I don't know that I've hated that many. I mean, I've been reading bangers lately, so like I've had if I go back in the last 3 weeks, I've had 8 5-star reads.
Holy cow, I've only had three.
I've had banger after banger lately, so
And
life's
one of
been
mine was a
good.
reread. Holy
Fellowship?
cow. Mm hmm. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm just a stickler. Okay. Are we ready to get canceled? It was nice. It was Shieldwall was nice before I speak about which ones I don't like.
Oh, here we go.
I
She's a
know.
hater to her
Okay.
core though, so it makes sense.
I tried very hard. I did. I seem to find that I don't care for a lot of popular books.
Yeah.
I don't like Red Rising. I before anyone they've already left at this point. They've already hate left and canceled. I tried really, really hard. I got to Morning Star and I just couldn't do it anymore. Okay? I tried. I also don't like Rage of Dragons. Just don't like it. What else? I didn't care for Operation Bounce House. That was a big disappointment. Um,
But you love Matt
I
Dillman.
love
Yeah.
I love Matt Dinniman. I should say this. I've only read Dungeon Crawler Carl and Operation Bounce House. I have not read any of his others. They're on the backlist
Yeah.
to read. Like Kaiju Battlefield Surgeon. I will get to that eventually. Um, I didn't like Stephen Graham's Jones, The Only Good Indians, and I really wanted to like that one, but I feel like he's polarizing.
Did he write what did he write? Is it Buffalo Hunter Hunter? Yeah.
Hmm.
I keep trying to
And
read that, but I just haven't
I,
yet.
I want to read it, but I also am like, no, I just don't think I'd like it.
Yeah. I hear amazing things from people that have the same taste in books as me generally that love it. So I'm like,
Oh, really?
maybe I'll like it, maybe not.
I don't know. I feel like it's either you love it or you hate it. And
Yeah.
I'm scared to pick it up because I don't want to hate it. I don't
Yeah.
want to hate it. I'm trying to think of any other books that I've read that I'm like, I really don't like this. The only book that I've truly, no, the only two books that I've truly hated. I'm gonna piss off both sides of the spectrum, Meg. I don't like ACOTAR at all. And I won't pick up another Sarah J. Maas book after that. Um, the only other book that I truly hate read all the way through was Nothing But Black and Teeth by Cassandra Caw, and I hated this book with my entire soul.
I don't even know what that is.
I will discuss it with you after the program because I did not like it. It felt very pretentious. It felt very flat. It felt so weird and out of place. Couldn't stand it. Um, how many books do you read on average a month?
It kind of depends because my reading ebbs and flows a lot depending on what's going on in my life. Like last month, I think I read 11. I want to say the month before that was 17, and the month before that was 3. February
Three?
February was a bad month for me because I signed up to do 9 buddy reads, and then I think the pressure of that on top of moving and everything, I was just like, no,
Yeah, that's
because I didn't feel
understandable.
like as soon as there's like an expectation to read something, I struggle with wanting to read it. Um,
Mm,
this month so far, I think I read 7 this week, so
that's pretty
I'm
good.
probably, let me have a look. I think I'm on track to maybe, depending on what I pick up, I could potentially read 20 this month. So
Holy
mine
cow.
ebbs and flows a lot.
I feel like last year I was faster, but I also feel like I was picking up books that weren't as
Quality.
lengthy as what I'm doing now. And so this year, it's like between 8 and 6. But this month, I've already reached my 10th book.
Yeah.
And so
I
I'm
just read
super
10 too.
excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going so fast. I'm hoping that I can do like 12.
If I look at, go to your Fable. So if I look at my Fable, in January I read, I'm blind. I should have put my glasses on for this. I read 12 in January, 3 in February, 17 in March, 10 in April, and I'm on 10 so far in May. And we've got what?
It's a 17, it's the 18th for
Yeah.
you.
I would
Um,
like to say I can at least finish 6 to 7 more books. I would say, especially because I'm like 63% into Memories of Ice. I have Kingdoms of Death, which is quite short. I could probably finish that in a day. I want to try and do Rainwild Chronicles this month too. And then maybe, oh, I have to do Dreaming the Bull. So that's already what? That's like 7, 8 books that I'll probably try and finish. And then I might do a few unselected journals of Emma M. Lang because I haven't actually read them in like
Jeez.
2 weeks.
What do you do? What are you going to do when you get done with that?
I
Can't
might
binge them
read.
anymore.
I honestly think I might try and do some classics. Like I'm thinking Jane Eyre, Pride and Prejudice, like give them a go because I haven't actually read that many classics that I can think of.
I have read enough. I shouldn't say I've read enough. I started out with classics.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I kind of got burnt out.
Yeah. See, I've been a fantasy reader since like forever. Like the first books that I read were Inheritance Cycle when I was like 6 or 7. So,
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, what was mine? That was the first like actual book of substance that you read? Was the
mm,
Inheritance Cycle?
I tried to read I read Moby Dick in grade 5 when I was,
Me too!
yeah, so.
Me too! But did
I've
you
read,
understand it?
no,
Because I
that's the
feel
thing.
like I read the words and I'm like, I read this book. And then
Yeah,
I'm like,
see, I can read it, but contextualizing it is different.
yeah,
I
I
read it,
feel
but that
like
doesn't
there's
mean
a big,
I know what happened. But that's like, so that's what I mean. The first books that I read were Inheritance Cycle when I'm pretty sure I was, I think they came out in 2006. Actually, let me have a look. When did
I never read The Inheritance Cycle.
I love it? It is so close to my heart.
While you look that up, mine was Cirque du Freak by Darren Shan. Those books, like you just said, like the contextualization of like, holy cow, like this is what this is meaning and all of these things. Those, loved those books. That was one of the first books that got me to cry. Um, and then it was The Royal Diaries of Cleopatra, which I wish I had. It's right there. I see it. I wish it was here though. I love those books. Okay, speaking of influential. Oh, sorry. 2006. When did Inherent Cycle come out?
2002. So I was 6.
We're not going to say how old I was.
But in saying that, I'm definitely doing a reread of Inheritance Cycle because my plan is to finish Realm of the Elderlings by June, like end of June, especially with how fast I just read 20 Men. I'm like, I'm gonna get through this. I want to
Mm-hmm.
read Realm of the Elderlings by June. I'm still gonna do my Malazan journey, so I finish that this year. And I want to do a reread of Inheritance Cycle, so I read Murder because I love them so much.
I'm not going to finish Malazan this year, but I'm going to try. I'm going to get as far as I can go. It's going to merge over into
Yeah.
2027.
Well, I think for me, I'm going to try and do 2 big series a year, hopefully. But next year, I want to do the Wheel of Time. Whether I do it or not is a different story, but I'm thinking the Wheel of Time and the Expanse for next year because they're like very different.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I have too many big series going on. I have Malazan, and it's not a series, it's a universe. It's the Cosmere.
I
That's
love
my.
those books. I need to
Th-
do Mistborn Era 2 already. Actually,
yes.
I think 2028 maybe I might do all of the Cosmere properly because all I've read is Mistborn
Stormlight.
Era 1 and Stormlight.
I.
I didn't do Cosmere reading order because I didn't know what it was. I just saw the books in store and went, oh, this looks good. Read them and then I went,
That's what I did.
oh.
I bought Way of Kings. That's been sitting on my shelf since maybe April of last year. Because I'm like, huh, it's a Brandon Sanderson book, and
I
just threw it up
love
there.
that book so much.
And everybody's like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, oh, geez. So it's been sitting here.
Yeah, see, I
And
never
speaking of,
posted
oh,
about Cosmere, I don't think, even though it was like when I first started book talk or whatever you want to call it. But my friend Robert, who is on book talk as well, he and I were talking about Mistborn, and he goes, "If you liked Mistborn, you're gonna love Stormlight. Like you will love it." And he was right. I was like, "Damn, bitch, you got me." I read all of. I think Rhythm of War was out at that point. I'm pretty sure I read all of Stormlight within like 2 weeks.
oh my God.
I
Oh, yeah, but you've
I
told me
binge
that.
series. We know this. If I love it, I will binge it. Unfortunately, that's just who I am.
Yeah. If I'm, I think the last series that I binged was The Green Bum
Oh, I love
Saga, where I was like, nope, I'm going back to back to back
it. Yeah,
because that
but
was
that's
so
also a
good.
series where you have, well, at least in my opinion, you have to read that back to back for it to
Mm-hmm.
have the most impact. Because I left Jade City and Jade War too far apart. Like I had
Oh
them
yeah.
months apart, and I was like, oh. Jade War took a bit to get into, but once I was into it, I read Jade Legacy straight after Jade War, and that book broke me.
I know. I love your picture
There is
reveal.
proof of it on the internet. How bad that book ruined my life.
The internet is forever.
That's okay. Oh
Were
my
there
god,
any
why am I
classes?
not
Oh,
me?
jeez. Were there any classes or teachers or people that were influential in your reading journey?
No. Kidding.
No?
I didn't have, so I wouldn't say classes because I haven't studied literature or anything like that. Like, I'm very much a science and maths girly.
Hmm.
My schooling journey was bio, chem, physics, and two extension maths and engineering in university. So not a
Really?
yeah. I've always been a science and maths person. Reading's been like my escape from reality, and I've been reading since a kid. So I would say my influential people were my grandparents, my dad's parents. We went to Lifeline Book Fest together as a kid. Like, they would take me around, I would get a shopping bag. Lifeline Book Fest is like this big event where I live, or like in Australia in general, where it's all secondhand books and you go in and you can get, it's massive. They're in like convention centers, and you just go through and you're like in these piles of books and they're all secondhand. Oh god, it's so good. But that's where
I
I would
love
say
that.
majority, actually no, probably like 40% of my books came from Lifeline Book Fest and like
Oh
secondhand
my
bookstores. And we
gosh.
would sit, I would be with my grandparents pretty much every weekend. And my brother would be sitting watching WWE or whatever trash on the TV. And it would be my grandparents and I sitting on the balcony and we would be reading. So I would say
I love
they're
that.
probably the most influential for me.
Mine, my mother always read. My mother always loved to read. She would read every night in bed, which that got my brother and I into reading as well. And we had do you have Scholastic book fairs?
Yeah.
You know, ah, that was the best. And we would get so many pan pizzas, personal pan pizzas from Pizza Hut from all like the summer reading fest, and we would get all these prizes. My brother and I, we would that was all we would do during the summer. The teacher that really inspired, I think, my love for fantasy and even the classics was an AP Lit teacher. I don't know if I could name them on here. I'm not going to just in case, but uh this man, he introduced Beowulf to
Oh
the
yeah.
class. And that book, I remember getting it and I was like, can I borrow this? And can I just read it for fun? And we hadn't read it quite yet. And he's like, well, sure. Like, you're going to read this outside. I'm like, I want this book. And I bought the same copy. And I just remember sitting there just devouring this book
Yeah.
and having to create like a chapter in the book that was ours. And it just brought that love of reading in. And he introduced Toni Morrison, Beloved, as well. And I
Good book.
loved Beloved. That's one of my favorites. And then there's other books like Crime and Punishment that I did not get into, or
I still
like
have that
William
on my
Faulkner.
shelf to read.
I think I would try it again now that I'm an adult, but I did not like it in high school times. And so I feel like he was really influential. And he was just this cool dude. Like, he
Yeah.
was in a rock and roll band and he had a chicken tattoo and he was the coolest guy ever. And I love that his passion for reading seeped into something that I'm doing today, even though I don't do it for my work.
See, I did not like my English teacher
Oh,
at
you missed
all.
out.
But we also have a very different like curriculum than America. We don't have classics or things like that. Like, I think one of the books I remember reading in high school is Boys of Blood and Bone. I don't know if
Hmm.
it's like a, I'm pretty sure it's World War Two. Hold on, I still have it.
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, so she's been read um First World War. So we read a lot of war books and had a lot going on with the stolen generation in Australia, like with Indigenous population. But my English teacher had a relationship with a student, so
Oh.
I did not like that man at
They're
all.
remembered for completely different reasons, I
Yeah, and
see.
none of them are good.
No. Okay, my last question. We've already talked about it, but do you reread?
I love rereading. I love. This is currently the state of my TBR, my physical TBR, I should say. Book buying and reading are two separate hobbies, and I will stand 10 toes
They
down on
are.
that every day of the week. I love both. But I have to physically restrain myself from rereading books because I want to try and narrow down my TBR. But I'm
Mhm.
coming for these so fast because I need a reread. I think I will probably reread An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir before I go to air because I read them 4 or 5 years ago at this point. Um, yeah, I love a reread.
See, I am the opposite. I don't, it's very rare that I will ever reread a book. And I think it's because,
I love
not for
you,
me,
but you annoy me.
I know I want to do it because everybody's like, what's your comfort read? And I'm like, I don't have one because I can't go back to a story. And so
What do
I
you
think I could maybe,
mean?
because I don't know. Like, it's rare that I've reread. I was scared to reread The Lord of the Rings because I was like, I'm not going to enjoy it as much. I need to keep it where it's at. I think I've maybe reread 5 books, 5 or 6 books in my entire life,
I've
and
reread a
3 of them were
single
in one
book
year.
at least 7 times.
No, I can't do it.
You want to see how much I reread? You're
This
going
poor
to
book.
look at the state of this.
That
It's
that poor book.
it's
The fact
hanging
that it
on.
just kind of
Hello,
flopped.
I've had this. Let's have a look. And I also tried so hard to get that sticker off. It didn't want to come off. I've had this book since 2006. This is 20
Oh
years old.
no.
And I've read Eldest, I think the most. Oh my god.
Yeah, that poor book.
It's loved. I've read
It's loved.
I've read this book, I want to say probably at least 6 times. At least.
Oh, there's no book that I've ever done that with. Ever.
I've done it with this. When I was 15, I read The Fault in Our Stars, and I've read that probably, I want to say 4 times. I love a reread. I reread Wrath.
Oh, see, I can't do it. It's got it
You're,
stays.
I'm convinced you don't have a soul at this point.
I'm a robot. I let's see. Let me think about the books that I've reread. I've reread White Fang. I've reread Between Two Fires, The Fellowship of the Ring, Shadow of the Gods, and that might be it.
You're insane. I
I can't. I just can't do it.
I've reread Stormlight as well. I reread Stormlight Archive before Wind and Truth. So I've actually read The Way of Kings, Words of Radiance, Oathbringer, and Rhythm of War twice. I've only read Wind and Truth once. I I've
Oh, and
reread
Beowulf. That's another one that I've reread.
I've
Sorry.
reread Nevernight. I think 3 times. Oh my god, I've reread Cassandra Clare. I love a reread. I don't know, something about it. I just love them. Oh, Daisy Jones and the Six, Atmosphere, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Daisy Jones and Seven Husbands I've reread 3 times each. Atmosphere I've read twice. The Women by Kristen Hanna I've read twice.
No way.
Yeah.
I
I've
I
come
I
like
want.
they just remind me. I think I feel it because it makes me remember why I loved it in the first place. I'm emotionally
Yes.
attached to them. It's like coming home.
That's how I felt with Lord of the Rings. I remember almost not joining the book club that I'm in now because I was like, I love that book. I don't want my current thoughts to mar the memories that I have of it.
Yeah.
And I was so scared. And then to reread it and still pick up on the emotions that I had with this book, I was like, okay, this is perfect. But I have done that in the past with Between Two Fires. I didn't get the shock value, obviously, because I knew it was coming. I appreciated it because I saw things that I didn't in the past, but it's
Yeah.
still it changed it a little bit because I wasn't as like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Yeah.
So they just sit in my heart and in my head, and that's where they sit, and they're perfect the way they are.
That's insane to
I
me.
know. Okay, my last question. Since we're out of time. What are you reading this week?
I have plans. So I'm going to read Kingdoms of Death by Christopher Rocchio, mainly because I promised I would read it. I think I want to do an Unselected Journals of Emma and Lion. I would like to do at least book one of the Rainwild Chronicles, and then I think I might do The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. Sarifi, however you say
Ooh,
that. And
that'll
maybe
be
Half a
good.
Soul by Olivia Atwater too, because it's only small and I hear really good things about it.
I am reading The Witch King by Martha Wells, who also wrote Murderbot.
Oh my god, wait. I have to
What?
finish Memories of Ice too. Sorry to interrupt. I have to finish that. So please remind me, kick
I'll
my ass
text
to
you.
finish Memories of Ice.
I have to start it. I told myself I was gonna start it, and I haven't.
Naughty.
So I'm gonna do Witch King. I'm gonna finish that maybe in a day or
Wow.
two. I'm a third of the way through. Then I'm gonna do Warbreaker. I know the last time I said I was doing Warbreaker. I'm actually doing it this time. I'm actually doing it. And then I'm going to start Memories of Ice. But here's the thing: Memories of Ice is so big and so chunky that I'm not gonna finish it. So I think I'm gonna do Vicious by V.E. Schwab.
I love Vicious. I love
I'm
Vicious so much. I've been waiting 7 years. Seven
for
years for
Victorious.
Victorious.
Did you? Oh, guess what? Guess what? I got the arc for
I
Victorious.
hate you. But these babies here,
Hmm.
love,
I'm
love.
so excited. And so I'm happy that you got me Vengeful
Yeah,
because
you're
now
welcome.
I'm going to fly through it and get to
I
Victorious.
think to start, John Gwynne was my most fairy mail, like the one that I buy for people, but now it's actually Vicious and Vengeful by V. Schwab because I love it that much and it's having a resurgence that I buy it for people. I love that series so bad.
The amount of money on books that I have purchased that are John Gwynne for people,
The amount
I
of
think
money
I've paid
we
that.
spent on John Gwynne for you, darling.
I'm
That
gonna
is
have to make a
also a
TikTok
diabolical
post.
amount.
That was a diabolical amount, and it's done, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But yes, I've paid that man's mortgage at this point.
Literally,
How much money?
literally. I forgot I need to read Dreaming the Bull as well.
Yes. And now you can just text me your reactions
Me,
if you
I
want.
love this. You ill.
I love this for you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. I think that's it. You got anything else?
No, I'm done.
No words of wisdom?
I'd have to be
Okay.
wise for that.
Uh, Dude, same. Okay, well, we will see you guys next time. Shieldwall out. Bye,
Bye.
guys.